Here we go.
Hello, guys.
Appreciate you making it out here today. Personally, I want to appreciate everything that you put out on every, on social about your mental health journey for us fellows, because I feel like we need it so much in this world. But yeah, let me get to my question here. In films like Fury and the Peanut Butter Falcon, your performances feel incredibly...
Hey, it's funny how you switch to that when you start asking the question. That's funny to me, but keep going. No, but that's funny to me. Keep going.
My voice? They feel incredibly lived in and present.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Quick. When you write these questions, do you have to put them through a filtration system and then they say yes and then you get to ask?
No.
Not really.
Is that why it's written down?
Oh, they said everybody was shy about asking questions, and I was like, I'm ready.
Kill all that, bro. What's your real question, bro?
What's your real
put
question?
The phone away,
What's
dude.
your real
Hey, put the phone away. Look at me.
Yeah.
What's your question?
I appreciate that. I guess approaching each and every role, what is something that remains constant in every role, how you approach it, and then what changes?
Yeah, when I was young, when I was like her age, how old are you, darling? How old are you?
She's 5.
She's 5. Okay, so not that young. I got in young. Yeah, I was like 11 when I came in, and I was a poor kid, so it was just about money at first. It was just about getting out of where I was, getting a Game Boy, getting some LA gears, and then I met this cat, John Voight. And he showed me a bunch of movies that my dad didn't know about, and I don't come from a film family, and so he put me on to a bunch of these cool people I thought were like wizards, and then I started looking at the game different, and now it's like more like diaristic. Now it's more like, I'll read something and I'll go, that's either an answer I need or a question I have. Now, it makes the job easier, then I don't have to do all this acting stuff.
Nice. Next question, please.
He's a hell of a guy.
Great guy. I begged him to pass the screenplay along to you.
He don't care though.
He don't care at all. But I know you're a man of the people, so that's why I'm here. With Pittsburgh backing me, my question is, I have a script here. Would you take a look at it?
Yeah, give it to me, but I'm not gonna read it right now, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably gonna read it. I just got on work, so you gotta give me like a couple weeks, dude.
Give it up for the man of the people right there.
All right, next question.
Okay. Hi, I'm Karen from Buffalo, New York.
Hi.
My daughter Allie is at home. She couldn't make it. She absolutely loves you. And so she already prepped me. She really wants to know, she loves your motivational speeches, like just do it.
Yeah.
And she's wondering what motivates you, keeps you going, gives you drive.
God, I'm a Jesus boy, I'm a big God kid. Yes, for sure. Celebrate that, for sure. But before that, it was ego. I was motivated by just getting on, trying to win. I'm an American, so, I want to win. And so that kind of made me an egotist, for a long time. And then, you get older. You bump your head in the wall enough, and then your motivations change. That specific video, though, that she saw wasn't even that was like an art school thing. There was an art school London thing.
She's an artist.
So then that's why she knows it.
Yeah.
Maybe she knows the story behind it. Some people know it because it's just a fun meme, and then probably your kid, I don't know, maybe she knows the story behind it, because there's a big story behind it.
Yeah, she's Allie. She's a 30-year-old art student, teaches art in college. So yeah.
God bless, that's cool.
Next question.
Hi, I'm Haley. Piggybacking off of your big Jesus guy, what role does your faith play now when you choose projects and roles?
Yeah, it's not so I feel like God is all over my life, all over my life. The good, the bad, the stuff that stays, the stuff that goes away. So when a script comes in, right, like this ain't for no reason, and there's a lesson, I just feel like I'm open to things I wasn't open to before. There used to be like a douchey process where a dude like this, this would happen, I'll say yes, and I don't read it, and then, I'll stick it away, or maybe I throw it away, and I'll tell him yes, I used to be that guy, so I'm probably, but what's this countdown?
Oh, that you can knock that off.
So we'll probably go over that just because I keep floating like this.
Oh, cool.
So
no worries.
Don't take the questions away. I'm gonna keep. So all right. So what was the question again?
What role
Faith.
Yeah.
So like just came home from work literally like now, right? So I just got outside. I still have a tattoo cover on. So yesterday I'm doing like a suicide scene, you know, stunt. This car's supposed to go off a cliff in Monterey, and you got to be there, you know. And I know this dude's whole history, but I used to think I was like in control of a lot of things. This is true of a lot of narcissistic ego people, and my job pushes this on you. So you do a couple of things and maybe it's good, you know? Maybe you wind up in like a Transformers and people are like, yo, you were funny in that thing. Now what happens is, I don't think nobody helped me with that. When you're 18, you think you're the funny, you're the good, and then that'll mess your life up. I don't know if this makes sense what I'm saying, but I got really into this idea that I was the good. So now what's going on, like yesterday, I know it's not me. So I'll sit there and I'll pray out loud with my crew, because sometimes my prayer feel fake. You know, like I'm just praying for the movie, or praying to be seen praying, but I get so in with my crew now that it becomes like, you know, you got two or more. So me and my cameraman are in there grinding, you know, and then it's different. Then it's not like this ephemeral thing that's not nuts and bolts. It's like, you know, my faith is on the ground with me in a real way, in a different way. I'm not like ashamed of it at all. I'm loud about it. Yeah, I get to set and I'm like, I'm playing my music. Stop with the clapping stuff. I'll start playing my music. You know what I mean? That's my cue. Like, oh, game time. It's mine now, right? I'll play my music and everybody will know what time it is. I come with baggage, and then I'll start doing stuff like this. And I'll like cover myself. I don't even know what this is, but it's a cue. It's a cue to them that I'm getting ready. I'm revving up. But what's really going on is I'm saying, help me, dude. I got no plan. All you now. Take it. Tell me where to go. All you. Yeah? And he does. And I'm ill with him. I'm better with him. So, and for the people who don't mess with God in this room, I'm not trying to exclude you. It's just how I get down right now. Right now, today.
Okay, we're in the back.
I have another question. I'm a Christian myself as well. So I was wondering, what's a part of the Bible that you wish more people would study, whether they are a believer or whether they're an unbeliever?
Well, I'm a Catholic, so I'm going to push you in that direction towards that testament, but I think there's something interesting in Genesis just because where science is. I don't know if, like for me, I had a hard time with the pragmatics of faith. You start talking about life everlasting, and then my atheist Christopher Hitchens' mind starts taking over and starts saying, life everlasting? No, you got to explain that to me. Now, what's going on for me lately is you go back to Genesis and none of the new science discounts it. That's wild to me. So I would say for the non-believer, the Old Testament's interesting too. For that chunk, for the, you know, the science debunking God. Actually, if you really go into Genesis, God winds up, you know, lining up with science so perfectly that it can't be a coincidence, or you're an idiot. But that's, you know, never forget the last part.
Question over there.
Hey Shia, my name's Bobby. It's awesome to be here. One of my first movies I watched as a kid of yours was The Greatest Game Ever Played, and love that movie. What was one of the first projects or movies that you did that you really felt proud of, or just you hang on to or look back at?
A movie called Guide to Recognizing Your Saints. It's a small little movie I made in Queens, New York. Yeah, probably like the first time I felt like, whoa, I could like get my stuff off. You know, not like Louis Stevens pie fights and not like Holes, some other fictional thing, or I don't even know what. But when I got there, it felt like I was talking about me, which is what I like to do now. Like some dudes are really good at accents, you know, Meryl Streep and stuff like that. And then some people are really good at like running or like whatever, you know. I know what I'm good at, and so it started for me there. Like figuring out what my little magic thing is, started for me there on that movie. There's a scene where I go in a bathtub with Chaz Palminteri, and I'm supposed to say, "When are you my dad?" And it was the first time I felt like, whoa, those are my lines. Like those are my lines. Those aren't this character thing or whatever this. It's just me, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do more. Which I don't know why. It's helpful for both sides, I think. I've had people come up to me and be like, yo, the things that helped me helped you, kind of weird, like moments that are secret for me, that matter to me. I'll have a dude come up and be like, yo, that moment, and I don't know this person, and then it feels like I'm sharing something, which makes this job feel doper than what it used to be. You know, just like bang bang or whatever, funny, hot, whatever.
We can get
Not
about
that I'm trying to be too serious.
Do you have any behind the scenes stories or anything you could tell us about it? Especially about the wrestling part, maybe?
Oh, the wrestling? Yeah, well, that boy loved wrestling. And I call him a boy because he was my boy, but not like boy, like younger. He's actually older than me. So he was never like my younger brother. He was like my roll dog, which got us into some trouble. You know, I got arrested with him, which is, you know, there's a lot of stories, you know. This is before I had any guidance in my life. I was just running around with him. My only guidance with him was like his mom said, keep my boy safe. And I did, but we didn't really talk about much else, you know. And then you get in there with him and you're like, I don't want to treat you like, I want to treat you like my, so we're going to have different kind of conversations, and they were all new. But one thing that he really loved was he really loved women. And not in a sick way, in a beautiful way. He loves women. And so that's where we connected, because Dakota was around. And so she was really good with us and building this little weird family thing. She was really giving to him in a beautiful way. Too many stories, I don't even know where I would start. The wrestling bit. He just loved to wrestle. He was the kind of dude you'd be like, hey man, can you sing? He'd be like, I could sing. Heck yeah, I could sing. And then he would sing, you know, can you play I could play basketball, for sure. Can you do taxes? I could do all your taxes. You know, he was just, he could do it. And then he would go do it. Yeah, I never met nobody like that.
okay.
I grew up with the movie Holes,
Yeah.
and I just wanted to know, you've done a lot of movies, a lot of serious movies, a lot of really cool movies. Did you like doing Holes?
No.
Or did you just do it because you were a kid?
No, Holes was horrible. Holes was, we were in this place called Ridgecrest, California. We were all really young, we were all excited, you know. I had just come off some TV shows, my first like real job. It's like Disney Channel took me, we won an Emmy on this channel thing, and then it became like a big deal because they hadn't had any of those. And they pushed us over to the main Disney, but I had built like a family, like a tribe of people I was kicking it with. They all disappeared, so now you got this new tribe. And then John Voight's like walking around in character, and I'd never been around somebody like that who doesn't break, you know. And he's spitting these sunflower seeds around. He's like mean, and I'm going, nah, this isn't gonna work. And my dad is, my dad is my dad, and he didn't know nothing about that either. So him and my dad had to have a whole thing. Oh boy, and then, because my dad's not diplomatic, you know. At this point, he's only 4 years out of prison, and John Voight's playing these games. My dad don't care, you know. So then John had to check my dad, which was healthy for my family. A lot went on there. But also my dad was hitting on Sigourney Weaver all the time. And that didn't work. And then he was 150 degrees in the hole. So you could only be in the hole for 5-minute windows per the Screen Actors Guild. So they had a rep sitting out there with a stopwatch. So you would do these takes and they'd be like, 5 minutes, and we'd have to jump out the hole even if we were in the middle of the take. And there was one time we were and this will be the last thing I say, I know you got the countdown. No. Okay, cool. There was this kid who used to have a toothpick in his mouth all the time, kid Jake. And you know, we all had like these half trailers, and I was in the half trailer with him. And I was sitting in my trailer one time when my dad was playing gin rummy, and I hear this huge bang, like and the whole thing rocks. And I walk outside, and this dude has flown out of his side of the trailer, and the whole wall of the trailer has blown out. He's not just out of the whole wall is blown out of the trailer. And it's because the refrigeration unit, it was so hot in Ridgecrest that the there was like an oxygen bomb that went off in this refrigerator and blew this kid across the desert. So it was like a pretty intense shoot. I don't know if you could shoot something like that on like Netflix now, you know? They wouldn't let you put a kid. There's stuff you could do then you can't do now, you know? I'm like of this old generation of Hollywood where like, I've been in this for a minute, since I'm 8, 10, something like that. I'm 20, I'm 38 now. That's a long time, you know? So now they have these hand warmers you can shake up. You see them in camping stores all the time. Now, when we used to get cold on sets back in the day, we used to take Polaroid packs, because you take a lot of Polaroids on, this is before the iPhone. You used to take Polaroids all the time for continuity, to make sure that the clothes stay the same for each shot. So you used to have huge tubs of Polaroid packs, empty Polaroid packs. Now every one of those Polaroid packs has a battery pack in it. Every one of those battery packs is a hand warmer. So one of the things we used to do is we'd take these battery packs, all the kids on Even Stevens, and we'd like, one of the fun things we do is we'd like take these battery packs, rip them apart like MacGyver, and then do the positive negative charge till it got warm. And have all this radiation in our hands. So Yeah, we used to radiate ourselves. Anyway, fun tidbit.
Has there ever been one or multiple roles where it's kind of hard to get back out of character because you're so vested in that role?
Yeah, see, you think character's not me. See, this is what I'm trying to say, is I don't do that thing. You know, I'm not doing Daniel Day-Lewis out here. That's a different sport. I'm not interested in that sport, you know? There's other people who can do all that type of wig-wearing, accents, funny walks. I don't give a f about any of that. You know, maybe I used to, but then, I don't know. So like this job I just came off of, it doesn't feel separate from me like this character. It feels like it's me and there's a knob I'm turning to touch a character. It's different. I'm not out here acting really. Yeah, I don't know what it is really. It's somewhere between acting and Gestalt therapy. You know, I don't have as much control of the instrument. I'm not Adam Driver. That's a Juilliard guy. You know, I'm a different guy. That's all. That's why it feels so real. Sometimes, yes, and then sometimes I'll, hit the skids, or sometimes I'll feel myself reaching for something I'm not feeling. You know, it'll say you're supposed to do a thing, and I'm a people pleaser. So I'll get there on the day, and it'll say I'm supposed to do the thing, but the thing's not there, and I'm saying, yo, come here, bring it to me, let's go. It says do the thing, let's go. But it's not coming, you know, but the director's saying do the thing. So then you get into a tricky thing, because who's your boss there? It's not him no more, you know? So I get into weird stuff with the directors, like with Francis. So that's Coppola, okay? Coppola. That's how strong my faith is. Nah, bro, you're wrong, dead wrong. Dead wrong. Go sit over there. And that was our banter. And it wasn't disrespectful. He needed tension. He told me that early days. He said, don't be cute with me. And so people who didn't know we had that conversation thought I was just being a dick, you know? But he asked me to he likes a little bit of, that's Francis, you know? Yeah, he does.
Well, that's all the time we have.
Absolutely loves you. She's gonna have you sign a blank piece of paper because she wants your name tattooed on her. Okay, and she's Catholic. She's Catholic, so
That's a no for me. She can't get my name tatted on her. What's she doing? That's crazy.
maybe she just put on a piece of paper.
Yeah, let her put on a piece of paper.
All right, just go easy on her. That's all I wanted to
I will,
tell
for
you.
sure I will.
Okay,
Yeah.
be nice.
Yeah, God bless you. Have a good day.
And can't thank you enough for doing this. Taking the red eye, making it here, doing a great Q&A with you guys. Yeah, he deserves a standing O.